Hello friends, now we'll start with NCERT Class 9 Geography, Chapter 5, that is Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. This is a very interesting chapter, and in this chapter we'll be learning about the natural vegetation, that means the plants found in India, and wildlife, that means the animals found in India. So let's give an introduction to this chapter. India is one of 12 mega biodiverse countries in the world with approximately 47,000 plant species, which acquire 10th place in the world and 4th place in Asia. It also has 15,000 flowering plants, which acquire 6% of the total. Now here itself we are going to learn a new term of virgin vegetation. Natural vegetation that has grown naturally without any human aid and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time is termed as virgin vegetation. Vegetation that is purely Indian is known as endemic, and the vegetation that has came from outside to India are known as exotic plants. Here we'll be dealing with two terms actually, flora in the sense plants and fauna in the sense animals. So now let's begin with relief features. There are a few relief features that affect the type of vegetation. So the first one in this is land. Land affects the natural vegetation both directly and indirectly. In fertile land we can do agriculture. Undulating and rough surfaces give rise to grassland, and woodlands are a great shelter to wildlife. Second one is soil. Different soils are the basis for different types of vegetation. Sandy soil gives us desert, wet and marshy soil gives us mangroves, deltic soil gives us deltic vegetation, and hill slopes give us conical trees. Now there are next three relief features which are climatic relief features. So the first one in that is temperature. Vegetation is determined by temperature along with humidity in the air, precipitation and soil. Now we'll see about sunlight. Variation in sunlight is due to differences in latitude, seasons and altitude. The region which gets more sunlight, the trees grow very fast in that region compared to other regions. Now we'll see precipitation. That means rainfall. Entire rainfall is brought in by advancing southwest monsoon, that is from June to September in India, and by retreating northeast monsoon in the northern part of India. Heavy rains gives rise to dense vegetation. Now we'll be seeing the importance of forest before starting the types of vegetation and that topic. What is the importance of forest in natural environment? So firstly, they are renewable resources. They enhance the quality of environment. Secondly, they modify the local climate, they control the soil erosion, regulate the stream flow, they support industrialization. Many of trees provide various medicines to treat different kinds of diseases. They act as very important part of our livelihood. Thirdly, they control the wind force, they control the temperature, they cause rains, they provide humus, and main thing, they provide shelter to large kind of wildlife. Now we'll start with the topic of types of vegetation. There are 5 different types of vegetation. The first one is tropical evergreen forest. The second one is tropical deciduous forest. The third one is thorn forest. Fourth one is mountain forest, and fifth one is mangrove vegetation. So now one by one we'll know in detail about all these types of forests. So the first one is tropical evergreen forest. They are found in the areas which receive heavy rainfall. For example, Western Ghats in both the islands of Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep in Assam and Tamil Nadu coast. They receive a rainfall of more than 200 centimeter, and climate there is very warm and wet with a very short dry season, because of which trees never shed their leaves and are every time green, and because of which they are termed as tropical evergreen forest. Heights of the trees here reach up to 60 meter and above. It has all kind of trees, shrubs, creepers, climbers which give rise to a multi-layered structure there. Commercially important trees found here are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber and cinchona. This gives rise to all kinds of wildlife. So now we'll move on to tropical deciduous forest. These are monsoon forests and they receive the rainfall in between 70 centimeter to 200 centimeter. And these type of forest or the trees in these forests shed their leaves to 6 to 8 weeks in summer. Based on the rainfall they receive, these forests are divided into wet deciduous and dry deciduous. So wet deciduous receives the rainfall between 200 to 100 centimeter. It is located in the eastern part and northeastern states. foothills of Himalayas, Jharkhand, West Orissa, and Chhattisgarh. It is also located in eastern slopes of western Ghats. Some of the commercially important trees here are teak, bamboo, sal, shisham, sandalwood, kher, kusum, arjun, and mulberry. Now in dry deciduous, they receive the rainfall in between 70 cm to 100 cm. They are found in plateaus, plains of Bihar and UP, Uttar Pradesh. Important trees here are teak, sal, peepal, and neem. Now the next type is thorn forest. These receive rainfall less than 70 cm. They are found in northwestern part of the country in semi-arid regions of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana. Important trees here are acacias, euphorbias, cacti, etc. Animals found here or the wildlife found here is rats, asses, lions, fox, camels, horses, rabbits, and snakes. Plants here have deep roots so that they can take up the water from deep inside the soil. The leaves are converted into thorns in order to conserve water. Stems also conserves water until some extent because here there's a large part of the year when there is no rain at all. Now we'll learn about mountain vegetation. When there is a decrease in temperature and increase in altitude, the type of forests are found that are mountain type of forest. The main important trees here are oaks and chestnut. From the altitudes 1500 to 3000 gives rise to coniferous forest where the important trees are deodar, pine, silver fir and cedar. These are found in southern Himalayas, in southeastern and northeastern India. In further high elevations, we find temperate grasslands. Then above the heights of 915 meter or above 3600 altitudes, there is a fall in temperature that affects the growth of vegetation from tropical to subtropical, and this is termed as alpine vegetation, which is a very important topic, and get thorough with it. There is a wide range of animal variety found here like wild sheep, Kashmir stag, spotted deer, antelope, yak, rabbit, snow leopards, goats, bear, and rare red panda. Now the next and the last type of vegetation is mangrove forest. They are found in areas which are influenced by tide and which are near coast. They are found in areas which has marshy, wet and muddy soil. The roots are submerged underwater of the dense mangroves, and these are found in the deltas of Mahanadi, deltas of Kaveri, deltas of Krishna, deltas of Ganga. Ganga-Brahmaputra delta gives rise to Sundari trees which provide durable hard timber, palm, coconut, cure and agar. And the pride there is the Royal Bengal tiger. And except that, there's a large range of wildlife like turtles, crocodiles, gharials, snakes and rats. So now we'll give introduction to the topic wildlife. There are 90,000 animal species in India. There are 2,000 bird species which acquire 13% of the total worlds. And there are 2,546 fish species which acquire 12% of the total worlds. Elephants are the most majestic mammals here. They're found in hot and wet forests of Assam, Karnataka and Kerala. One-horned rhinoceros is found in swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. Wild ass is found in arid regions. Camels are found in the Thar deserts, and there is a wide range of deers like Indian bison, nilgai, gazelle, chausinga, etc. Now let me tell you a fact that India is only the country in which tigers and lions live together in one nation. Indian lion is found in the Gir forest, whereas tigers are found in Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Sundarbans. In Ladakh, we find Tibetan antelope, yak, ox, barhal, the blue sheep, kiang, the Tibetan wild ass, and the wild sheep. Each and everything plays a very important role or very major role in the environment. We have already discussed about plants and forests, so we are now going to discuss about animals. So animals provide us transportation, meat, eggs. Insects support in pollination. Fish provides us nutritious food. Excessive exploitation of them by humans has disturbed the ecosystem. 13,000 plant species are critically endangered, 20 animals are extinct, and 683 are endangered. Animals are getting endangered because of hunting and poaching by the greedy poachers for their commercial purposes. Pollution and acid deposits and the alien species, that means the people who cut down the trees for their own purpose, are termed here as alien species for cutting down the forest to make good use of it. We should understand the importance of them and conserve them. There are a few steps taken by government in order to protect the flora and fauna. So the first one here is 18 biosphere reservoirs have been set up to protect the flora and fauna. Financial and technical assistance is provided to many botanical gardens by government since 1992. Many eco-development projects have been set up like Project Tiger, Project Rhino, etc. 103 national parks, 535 wildlife sanctuaries and many more zoological gardens are set up. We ourselves should realize the importance of these basic wildlife and our natural vegetation and put small efforts from our side to see the big change. Thank you, and I hope you have understood all the basic concepts of the chapter, and we'll meet you with the next chapter in our next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care, and thank you once again.